So lately I've been telling people and trying to giving people the insight about what word is bond means. Because that is something that I have always heard in hip hop music, and I am very much a fan of hip hop music. And it's always intrigued me. And it means your word is your bond. And what it means, basically means to me, the way I decipher it is, you need to be the person that you're telling everyone else that you are. Because that's the most important thing that you can do for yourself. It's the most healing thing that you can do for yourself and the people that love you, is to not only really accept who you really are, but also accept your faults and accept all of the things that you want to work towards and maybe know deep down in your heart you're never going to get to, but you need to work on it. And my whole thing is I'm trying to be the person that I want to be. And that's the hardest part. And that's the whole fucking journey of this life, is that it's either sink or swim. You're either going to fucking make it or you're not. There's not anyone in this life that is going to hold your hand and give you exactly what you want when you want it all the time, because when are they going to eat? When are they going to sleep? When are they going to, be happy? We've all heard it before, at least once in our lives, that the world does not revolve around you, and that's true. It takes all of us to make this world work. And that's why I'm so into psychedelics, because I've been doing psychedelics for so many years, and I can't even count the amount of times that I've taken psychedelics. But every time I do, I just feel this innate sense of oneness. And the whole just realization of me feeling that, and me knowing that I can feel people's energy for real, on a real level, like, that feeling that you feel, like that tense feeling when you get with people. Yeah, you're feeling the energy. It's the tension you feel you can cut through with a knife or whatever situation you're in. Whether it be someone that you're, pursuing romantically, and you get into a situation where, you have the opportunity to make a move, or you don't. And there's that tension in the air, and it's so thick, and it's that radiating feeling, the energy just boom. That's real. That shit is everywhere. Like the Matrix, that shit is real. We are a fucking battery. Our body produces electricity to a certain degree. It has you can charge it up on a fucking rug, dude. Get magnetic shock and touch someone with your skin and shock them. That's why I love psychedelics, because they do make me so inherently able to be, able to connect with those emotions and those things and those all that shit. Like when you go outside and you really are alone, or if you're really with some people that really are on the same wavelength as you, and you go in the woods and you're all tripping, oh my fucking god, it's like you're getting born. The fucking world is birthing you again, and you're going, holy shit, look at this tree, it's amazing, oh my god, I can't believe why I understand. And then if you know things about biology or anything about nature in general, like the way trees use their bark, the thing on the outside of their body, to you know, move nutrients in through their whole system and this and that. And oh my God, the way they interact with the mycelium in the fucking soil to communicate with, I don't know what. There is a whole nother level going on that we are just not fucking tuned into. We're not there. It's not there. It's been bred out of us. The fact that most of us live in big urban areas that are completely devoid of the sky, where you can't even connect with the fucking sky. You can't even see the Big Dipper, the Little Dipper, Orion's Belt, the fucking North Star, Venus, Mars, the moon. Oh my God. I can't even imagine living in a place like that anymore. Although, if I had enough money, I probably would, because I would get sucked into the fucking shit. Going, oh, now I got money, now I got a big car, a nice car, and now I can send my kids to a nice school, and then before you know it, you're fucking playing golf with Ken and fucking Jerry, wearing fucking sweaters on your neck like a fucking asshole, wearing fucking cargo shorts and boat shoes, motherfucker. That would be your life. How are you going to avoid that? It's really hard to not say that if someone offered you a couple $1 million tomorrow, you wouldn't be like, fuck you, and fuck your fucking horse rode into to your boss, and then go, oh, you know what I'm doing? Buying a nice house, moving to a new neighborhood, and putting... And that in itself would put you into a whole new world, because not only would you be now assuming the responsibility of a fucking mortgage on a fucking $3 million house, but you would be paying taxes, you would be paying, you know, so much. Homeowners insurance, everything. Just think about that. You're going to be sucked in, and then you would have to go... You know, if you live in a fucking rich area, no, you're not gonna make your kid go on a bus 3 hours to the fucking poor school. No, you're gonna send him to the rich school down the street. You can't escape that shit. That's what the system is supposed to do. It's supposed to take your identity, and wipe it clean. And the reason why I'm such a fucking advocate for getting away from using social media as a tool to show people who you are in the world, because there's too much incentive to lie, because I'm a minority, and I don't want to put myself in a box right now, but I do want to say that I do have a very good insight on how the system works. I am a complete statistic. I'm a kid that, you know, was a troubled kid, quote unquote. I'm a minority. So let's start off with this. I'm a minority who was a troubled kid who got taken away from his parents when he was a teenager, to be put in state custody, and to then proceed to get a girl pregnant young. Not only that, it's an interracial fucking thing, so that's another statistic. And then on top of that, being someone who has multiple charges on their record. Luckily, a lot of those were juvenile, so they've been expunged, but every time I would go to court, and they would, you know, before you see the judge and before you talk to your public defender here in Vermont, they make you, excuse me for all the burping, guys. I'm just drinking this Lagunitas, and I'm down in it, and it's just making me burp. They ask you all these questions that it's just like a check mark of statistics. How old are you? Boom. What race do you identify with? Boom. Okay. And they go down the list. So the last time I was doing that was 2008, so I was 23 years old. And I remember going into the little room and talking to the fucking lady with the clipboard or all that shit. And then I remember her asking me a new question, which was, do you have any children or something like that? And I was like, yes. And then I was like, dude, that's it. I'm fucking tired of being a statistic. And that's kind of a lot of what set me forward with me wanting to enact change in my life and wanting to become different and not feeling like the only way I was going to be validated in this life was to become a stereotype and to be a thug and kind of person and fucking deal drugs and do drugs and fucking want to be in a gang and be in that kind of lifestyle. You know, I mean, God damn it, I was so self-loathing at certain points in my life. But I came out of it and I wanted to enact change, and that's the way it starts, is wanting to do that. So, I mean, we're all bred to have our humanity bred out of us, taught out of us, I mean. And what I mean by that is every time, I think I probably touched this on the last podcast, but every time you see a little kid at a store running around, running amok, screaming and crying, they're not doing anything wrong. As much as it bothers you and annoying it is, and how annoying it is that their parent isn't taking them out of the store, because they probably should, because you want to be able to teach your kids about society early so they have a good grasp on what's kind of going on, so by the time they get old enough they can kind of see the pitfalls for themselves, at least recognize people who are going to benefit their lives and people who are not. You know, you want to be able to teach people to be self-sufficient in the world, and what I mean by that is to navigate it in a way that's going to make them successful. And I don't mean successful necessarily with lots of money and lots of this, lots of that, but to be a successful person to me is someone who isn't biased and someone who isn't open-minded. It's someone who is unbiased and at least trying to be the most unbiased they can and be the most open-minded they can, because realizing that everyone is going through the same exact shit that you're going through, maybe not on the same degree, it's not on the same level, but it's all relative. People deal with things in their own way, and not only that, but you know, you're only limited to the environment you grow up in. You don't choose that, so you can't go completely crazy on someone. But getting back to what I was saying is, knowing that, you know, what hit through history, you know, getting interested in history at a very young age and learning about the Spanish Inquisition and learning about the Holocaust and learning about all these injustices that have happened throughout the world, you know, on a grand scale, on a scale that is so big that it's affected the future of the planet. That what imperialist countries do, which is we are in one. We're in a first world country is an imperialist country because they go to other countries and extort them for their natural resources and use their political powers to, you know, to their benefit. We do that. That's the game of globalization. That's the game of capitalism. That's the game of everything we're in. Someone like me who works at a grocery store every day and doesn't, you know, drives a fucking 2001 Honda Civic with a fucking, that is partly broken, you know what I mean? Like, doesn't have all enough power to like go, no, let's fucking stop that right now, you know? No, I don't have that power. But I do have the power to sit here and talk about it and rant for as long as I do, because I have the energy and I have the passion to do it, because I feel like it's important for people to hear it, because I'm not doing it to get people riled up. I'm not doing it to have someone watch this and then have them feel attacked. I'm doing it because I'm just simply stating the fucking truth. And I'm lucky that I met my wife, when I did, because it was very much during a time of change in my life where I started opening up my mind to other perspectives. I had been through numerous psychedelic experiences that completely flipped my fucking perception of, what we're doing here, what the fucking purpose is, all of this is, and what the fuck we're doing, doing all of this shit for. And, I really wanted to change my life, because I didn't feel like where I was going to cut it. And it wasn't. So I'm really lucky, because when I met her, she was very much a person that was, I'm going to tell you how it fucking is. I'm going to tell you how it is, and I don't care how much you like it. I don't care how much you don't like it, because that doesn't affect me in the slightest. Because I'm going to be who I am, and that's that. And luckily, that behavior and that mentality was contagious. And not only contagious, but it definitely made me build on my own, motivation to want to be a better person, and to be the person that I know I could be. So, I've been working very hard lately to be the person that, to be the change that I want to see in the world now. And what I mean by that is, I do have to make a living and I do have to make money, but I do want to be the person that is able to provide medicine to people that need it. And what I mean by need it, people who live in a state that maybe doesn't recognize medical cannabis as much as the state that I live in. And they have an issue that's maybe as bad as MS, multiple sclerosis. And it really affects them, and they can't work, and their spouse is really doing the best to take care of them, but sometimes they just don't have the best days, and shit is rough, and they can't even afford $30 for an eighth a month. Or maybe they can, but they don't want to spend $60 on a quarter, because whatever, you know what I mean? I want to be able to provide people with medicine. Right now, I'm not able to do that because my state doesn't allow me to do that. I'm not able to provide people with medicine the way I want to, and the way I wish I could. So, that saddens me. But right now, I can give it away. So, this last harvest that I had this 2 plants that were my plants. I was doing a new strain, and somehow they seeded themselves. Didn't seed the other 2 that were in the same tent for the medical, but for some reason these 2 had tons and tons of seeds in them. So I popped the seeds out, and I'm saving them for this, next year. But I gave away all that weed. It was multiple ounces of weed that I gave away to people that needed it, because I want to be that person. I want to see people grow weed and be able to have everyone grow it and have it be a thing, and not everyone want to be lazy and have someone just open up a store and then have to be taxed a fucking arm and a leg, and then also on top of that have the fucking dispensary be, sifting all the keef off the fuck and the hairs and the trichome. I mean the trichome's off all the bud. So you know that's what keef is basically. Is all trichome. So I mean, I just don't understand. Then you're buying. So you buy bud. Shit's not getting you that high. So they say, how about you buy this hash? They just made the hash from the weed you just bought, motherfucker. That's how they're getting you. And then on top of it, the state's getting you because you have to pay a fucking tax that's 26% or some shit. Fuck. We live in a world that people don't want other people to be happy. That's the way it's set up. You can't be happy unless you pay something, or you do this, or you do that. You fucking bend over backwards and fucking stick your cock in the air at a fucking 70-degree angle and then fucking twirl it around like a fucking weird wand, and then fucking, guess what? You're gonna get satisfaction. No, that's not the way fucking life works. Shit is simple. I don't know. And what I really want to know is, are we too late? What do you have to say? What do you think about the state that we're in? Do you think that the powers that be are going to be able to change things even if we have a change in president or anything like that? Let me know, because I would really like to know, because that's why I'm doing this. Is I need to know, and I need to get my faith back in in humanity back. So, with that said, I'm an hour and a half, which is way past where I wanted to be. So, all I can say is I'll see you guys in the next episode, and have a great night. Thank you for watching. Done.